Masachet Menahot Daf Mem He Amud Aleph toward right now off the bottom by the two dots. Marbi Shimon and Mayula and Parim Rabin of our Mishnah mentioned that if you had enough money to buy the bulls, but not enough money to buy the Nizachim, you should focus on one bull with Nizachim versus multiple bulls without Nizachim. Number nine. Ve'efa lapar ve'efa la'ayal ya'asel minha. Ve'la kivasim kashtasi yedo. V'shemen hin la'efa. Marbi Shimon. V'chimidat parim ve'elim ahati. Why do we seemingly equate the measurements between the bull and the rams? A bull mincha has three yisod on a flour, and the ram mincha has two. That's why I mentioned efa, which seemingly equates them. Elamas teaching you. Shima yuda and parim rubin v'lo hayam nisachim. If they had enough money to buy bulls, but not enough for nisachim, bring one bull with the right nisachim. Don't bring all bulls without nisachim. If they had enough money for they may have been for a lot of rams, you don't have enough for their menachot. Bring the one ram with the ephah. Don't bring all the rams that any ephod. No mishnah. Hapar v'ha'elim v'hakevasim v'ha'sa'ir ein me'akvin et alechem. Bull, rams, lambs of the olah, and the goat of the hatah, they're not required for the bread. The bread's not required for the olah. Halechem me'akiv et hakevasim. The bread is required for the shlamim lambs. But the lambs are not required for the bread. Rabbi Shimon says, Lucky, it's not true. The reverse. Lambs are needed for the bread, but bread is not really needed for the lambs. We found them when Bnei Israel were in the bar for 40 years. They brought the lambs without bread. Afkan, so now that you can bring the lambs without bread. Marbi Shimon, halacha k'di Rabbi Nasav, in the time of Rav. The halacha is like Rabbi Nasav, not for his reason. She'akol hamor b'chamash lepekudim karev midbar. Whatever was mentioned in midbar was mentioned. It was brought in the midbar. V'chol meputat kohanim and karev midbar. Whatever was mentioned in Vayikra was not mentioned. Was not done in the midbar. Yishavu was karvu when it came to Israel. Both were brought. That is a korban. So why would I say the lambs are brought without bread? Because lambs are mutar without the bread. And the bread is not mutar without the lambs. Shen lo mi yatirenu, because bread has nothing to do with making it mutar. Okay. Kimarat. Number nine. You shall bring the bread, seemingly. The obligations of the bread. Then mentions seven lambs without a moon. Fish and lechem, seemingly without bread. Is why I mentioned bread. And then the Bnei Israel are not required for the lambs unless they already acquired with the bread. You would have thought that the seven lambs mentioned in Vayikra would be the same mentioned in Bamidbar. Amarta, you might say, why? Why would you say it's not true though? When you mention the bulls and rams, you see that they're not the same numbers. Two or once. Must be that two different numbers, two different Quran teaching you that one are coming by the Quran by himself like a Musaf, and the other ones are coming with the bread. Must be coming from here that what? The was mentioned in Midbar is brought in the Midbar. The was mentioned by Ikra was not brought there. But who says maybe I'm not sure, maybe the bulls and the rams mentioned in Vayikra are not the same because technically they're different numbers. But the lambs, which are the same, maybe they do it but brought the same way. Since it's just like that, the bulls and rams are different, so do the lambs are different. How do you know the bulls and rams are different? The Torah is saying as follows. Maybe the Torah is telling you not two different numbers, but saying if you want to bring one bull, two rams, or two rams, one bull, they're both okay. Gemara says no. Since it mentioned in different order as well, also the number is different, teaching you the separate halachot. Okay. The bread was required for the lambs. And Bananas argued. My time the Rikiva, why does the Rikiva say they are required? Kamar Hiyu Tiana. From the word Yehu from Tiana. Bananas Kamar Hiyu. Kvasim of Khan Kvasim. They're both exer Shva. Maybe an Islam left Tiana, how come that's not learn the Tiana word like Akiva, while the Lechem of Khan Lechem? The name you may you and the name you Tiana, because you and you it's similar, and you know Tiana is a little different. Whereas in my time in Africa, who cares? Hatan Reishma, we didn't see elsewhere. Veshav Akwenu Ba, Kwenu Exer Shva from the word Shav and Ba. Zel Shiva Zel Bia, that's both meaning returning or coming. We equate them even though they're different. So what's the problem over here? The one is telling me هياخد لك النملة. هاي خد يكد نملة ميدا فيها. You say yes, it's true. You could make zero shva from different words, but over here you have a different option of doing identical words. That's what we go with. If that's the case, Rabbi Akiva and Amli that he used, what Rabbi Akiva, how come Rabbi does not use those? Then in Davash Matana, he wants to learn something that is a gift from a Kohen from another gift Kohen to the Bafoki excluding these korbanot which are alot and not gifts. Right, so Shtei Lechem and the lambs are gifts, but not the Ola. That's why I'm learning from that. Maybe say Machlokes to the pasuk itself. Kodesh Yugel Hashem LaKohen. Rebbe Akiva holds Ezu Devar Shekol Kohen was considered something that goes to Kohen. Havumer Zel Lechem is the bread. But says no. Miktiv Kodesh Yugel Kohen doesn't mention the Kodesh for the Kohen. Kodesh Yugel Hashem LaKohen Iktiv mentions Hashem Kohen. Ezu Devar Hashem. So what's something that goes half to God and half to the Kohanim? Havimer Elu Kvasim is referring to the lambs. The Rebbe Akiva says Miktiv Kodesh Yugel Hashem LaKohen. Doesn't mention and to Hashem and to the Kohen. Hashem la Kohen Gdid mentions to Hashem for the Kohen. The Ravuna, like Ravuna says, Damar Ravuna Kina oh Hashem Utna the Kohen. It's given to Hashem. Hashem acquires it and he passes it to the Kohanim completely. Mar B'Yochanan. How come anybody agrees? Hashem who's Lazev that Shtel Lechem and lambs became attached to each other. Shema Akvin says that they are required for each other. Be'ezer who's the Kal Hashem doesn't mean it's attached. Shechita if it was slaughtered at the same time. Meaning, if the Shelachim were there when you slaughtered, they are kadosh at the same time, and therefore you can no longer separate them. Ma'ula. But Ma'ula, that's the question, and it's still. Tinufa says Zikad is waving the Korban to create the same attachment as slaughtering. Or Ina says Zikad is not. Pashud Rabbi Yochanan, you can maybe answer from Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan says Shechita also Zikad, slaughtering is an attachment. Mechal Tufa says Zikad, sounds like you're excluding that waving does not. Maybe Yochanan Maybe Yochanan is asking the same question. Do we say that maybe it's obvious to Yochanan that slaughtering creates an attachment and waving does not? Well, Dima, maybe maybe slaughtering is for sure, but he's not sure about waving. So we still don't know waving creates an attachment or not. Mar says Teku. No answer.